It's time we sit down and talk. We are going to have the Watch Addicts Talk. The Watch Addicts Talk is a real thing, AJ.
Right.
It's about this. The elephant in the room is this new Tudor that I see that you have stumbled. You fell over.
I fell over. Yeah, I definitely fell over.
Yeah.
So this is the intervention, is it? Has it finally got to the point where
I just think,
you need to talk?
You've gone out, you've bought another watch. Maybe we should talk about it.
Do you want me to tell you about how awesome it is? Do you want me to egg you all on?
I want all of it.
How awesome it is.
Look, being a watch addict isn't necessarily a bad affliction.
I hope it's not, because I'm fully addicted and I want these guys to be more addicted as well.
I've seen them popping up in the comments going,
Yeah.
I'm here.
I've attracted 11,000 addicts in a month, so I mean...
Thank you for coming to the group. You're in the right place. It's a safe place. But here today, we're here to talk about AJ's new piece of addiction.
This is the latest, the latest achievement, the latest problem. The Tudor Black Bay Ceramic Blue.
Bliss.
Blue.
No, just pure bliss.
Just pure bliss.
This is a thing of beauty. I don't know a lot about it. It's very different to all of the Tudors that I handle, that I get to see.
Yeah, it's hugely different. It's one of their, they call it, they've given it a special name, I've written it down, the Daring Watches.
Yeah.
So, recently they did the chronograph, the flamingo that's not pink, and the pink one that isn't a flamingo.
Yeah.
They're part of their Daring Watches, like this more special editions.
Okay.
So this was an addition to the ceramic range that they did in the ceramic range came out in 21. This one came out in 24 to celebrate their partnership with the Formula One team, the Racing Bulls Formula One team. There's a few things that make it very different from all the other Tudors that you'll handle. The first one you'll notice straight away is the weight of it.
Yes.
Very light.
Noticeably light.
Because it's ceramic. It's a ceramic case, ceramic sandblasted case.
That could go two ways, but since I'm handling it, I'm all right with it.
I've got, it's one of the watch rules I had in the past where I needed watches to be heavy and I needed them to be big. And as things have progressed, I'm starting to become okay with slightly smaller.
Yeah.
This is a 41. And also become okay with slightly lighter as well. The Norcane really turned me onto it. That was a recent problem as well that you intervened with.
Yeah.
And that's a carbon fiber type case. Now, this obviously isn't as light as that being ceramic, but there's something kind of differently special about it that I really love. The next really big thing that you'll notice that's different from normal Tudors is on the backside.
Yeah, so that is something I've been staring at for a while. Exhibition window or exhibition case back with Tudor is, with any beautiful movement, I want to see it. People go, I don't care about the movement. It's all about the dial.
No.
But for me, no, I want to get it undressed.
Yeah, I get very excited when there's an exhibition case back. I love them. We've said about before, any watch, doesn't matter what the movement is, I want to see it.
But this one is bizarre because it's all blacked out. It's kind of matte black everything.
Yeah.
And it's even the camera's having a hard time here going, you're really making me work.
What you want to look at. So the bridges are black, the rotor's black. And in fact, the only thing you can really see is through there, you can see a couple of jewels that they've kind of skeletonized to be visible.
Yeah.
And of course, you can see the balance wheel like that. That's it. The rest is black. It's just kind of cool and stealthy and different. I love that.
It's not lost any of that Tudor Black Bay style.
No,
so you've just got a different delivery for the same thing, and an edge of cool.
Yeah, and it's
kind of like not so stand out, not so blingy.
It's not so much like a piece of jewelry, is it? It's more like a sport watch now at this point.
Do you know what? I love it. I love even the face. It's not something I would have picked out.
I really love it. That blue dial is gorgeous, and that's obviously where it gets its name from. That's the unique thing about this watch compared to the other ceramics, which tend to be black. I think it stands out. It's an really electric blue that None of the photos or videos actually do it any justice. In the flesh, it's a proper electric blue.
Oh
dear.
Oh, he's still enjoying how new it is. Look, it's still stickered up.
I'd love to know in the comments how many people do this.
Leave the stickers for as long as they can.
Yeah, like not the stickers that are on the side of the case, but like on the deployment clasp and stuff. How long do you leave the stickers on there for? Just to give it a bit of protection. Because the one thing that I'll say makes me a little bit nervous about wearing it is when you have these black watches, if you scratch them.
I'm even conscious just handling it here.
It makes you a bit nervous,
the clasp
doesn't it?
is going to hit against itself and I'll put a small scratch onto your watch.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel very comfortable. So, kid gloves here handling it because I don't want to be the one that marks it. It's beautiful. I love the feel of what I thought was leather, but is actually some kind of rubber.
Yeah, it's an interesting strap, isn't it? Very interesting. It is a rubber strap, you're right. There's little details, as you know, I'm a big fan of like really weird little details on watches. One thing that I really like is you've got this sandblasted case, so it's got a matte look to it, but the edges, like exactly the same as on the Tudor watches, the actual edges here are like high polished. So you just get this little glint of, it still catches the light in beautiful ways.
Yeah, you get a little flex there.
Really nice, isn't it?
It's ever so subtle. And that's the thing. You get into a different league with Tudor. They're kind of entry-level luxury, as in, that's a ridiculous thing to say. I take it back immediately. They're expensive.
Yes.
But they're not crazy expensive.
No, they're obtainable, which is what's nice. And they do things that Rolex would never do. And they sit very much aside from that. And I think long gone are the days where they were like the junior version of Rolex. They're their own thing entirely now.
I think their collection is so stand out, so vast, that there's something for everyone. So if you want an integrated strap, we've got the Royals. If you want a sports watch, we've got the Black Base. But they've got such a solid range. And yes, there is that kind of family tie. Some would say homage. I say family tie.
I'll be honest, I don't even see it anymore. I don't know if it's because I'm so in with Tudor, like so in it, that I don't see the Rolex in them anymore.
Okay, I definitely thought when I looked at the Tudor Pro that is an Explorer.
Oh, very much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I looked at the Chrono. You've actually picked up the reverse Panda Chrono.
Yeah.
Okay, that homage-ish to Daytona.
No, I knew you can say it, and I don't see it. They're both sports chronographs, yeah, but I don't. When I see like the Zenith Chronomaster Sport, I'm like, yeah, okay, I can see the Daytona there. But the Tudor chronograph, I don't, and I don't know if it's because I'm too close to them now.
Sure.
I just don't see the hangover as much.
So for me, the point being, there was a similarity for a long time between Rolex own this company, it's their cheap stuff, so it's the poor man's Rolex. That has so far become history that now, yes, they're still obtainable, not quite the affordable word, but they're obtainable. But for me, they have huge amounts more value than the likes of a Rolex, or let's go broader, Omega.
Shots fired.
I personally would rather have another Tudor than an Omega.
Yeah.
And I struggle now with looking at other brands at price points where I know that I could have another Tudor.
The thing that they do really well is that they're free to have quite bold designs. Things like this ceramic blue is a very bold design. You look at that really kind of Marmite, the flamingo chronograph. You've got these bold colour choices, bold designs, the fixed lug FXD Pelagos. Like, they're bold choices that you wouldn't see in the other kind of bigger brands like the Rolexes and the Omega. You would never see it in the Omega, I don't think.
No.
I think they're just going to re-release the Seamaster 1,000 times.
Is it born to dare their strapline?
So another part of like Tudor standing out on their own, the movement is a really important thing. It's the MT5602, is it? 5602, which is COSC certified, but also METAS certified as well. And that's their big thing for their movements, isn't it? The METAS certification.
Yeah. So this is the new Kinesi movement.
Yeah. So it has to be accurate within 0 to 5 seconds a day. So it's a master chronometer watch.
I really like that. I love that that's a thing. The level of precision is a thing. Now, anyone that really wants a high level of precision is going to go, well, for me, it has to be quartz because it has to be totally accurate.
And that's spring drive.
That's absolutely fine because it's a thing.
You want some of the vitals on this, don't you?
Give me the vital statistics.
41mm case, and it wears very big. It wears like a lot of the Black Bays do, especially the Black Bay 41s. They wear very big. They're quite high on the wrist. Got a long lug length. 70-hour power reserve. I love this. Tudor call it weekend proof.
Yeah, that's pretty
cool. So you could take it off on a Friday, put it back on a Monday without having to reset it.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. You should be enjoying it all weekend.
For me, I put it on a Friday, take it off on the Monday.
Yeah, 100%.
It's my weekend watch. I love that they like playing with it. And that's the kind of thing that Tudor can get away with that other brands don't necessarily get away with.
Yeah, couldn't necessarily say
weekend
that.
proof so like childish and kind of throwaway. So 70-hour power reserve, 200-meter water resistance, and before you put it on, because I know you want to,
I want to drape it over my wrist just to see what a 41 would wear like for me.
And whilst you've got it on your wrist, oh look,
actually
looks really good
cool.
on you.
Yeah, looks really cool.
You can have it if you want. I'll sell it to you.
Ah, you said sell.
Yes, I'll sell it to you.
Well, when you start off with you can have.
Yeah. I'll sell it, but it'll be more than it's worth. What?
Oh.
No, the other thing I really love about it, and I'm a sucker for this with all watches, is boxed or domed sapphire. When they're flat, I still like them, obviously, but I much prefer, crystals that have shape to them, because I don't know if I've got some kind of weird special needs problem or something, but I like the feeling of watches. Is that weird?
No. Do you know, before I bought the Tudor bronze, I was really nervous about. Excuse me, I have to get this cloth out because you just cabbed the glass.
It's not glass, darling. It's sapphire.
Yeah. Okay. Well, don't touch it. I was really nervous about it, AJ. I was.
You worried about hitting it on stuff?
Yeah, catching the edges.
Yeah,
I've done it before, and it's a real thing for me. Like the whole ceramic bezel was a thing until I got there. I was worried, like, if that ceramic gets a tap being on the bezel, which I've got other watches from when I was younger and would do silly things like go out and drink.
Yeah.
Right? You end up with scratches. You're not quite sure how you did it. It would have been a clumsy knock on a bar or something, right?
Yeah.
But with ceramic, I worried that would damage it. With the raised glass sapphire,
thank you.
Okay, I worried the same thing, that is exposed. It's the first point of contact.
And it is. Yeah.
Touch wood, at this point, I've still not had any issues.
Can I be honest? Since I've really started getting into watches, I kind of walk through doorways with my left arm behind my back. Yeah. I caught myself doing it the other day. I had my the Black Bay chronograph.
What I'd like to do here
is I walk through doorways.
This is a segment that I want just for future sound bites. Just introduce yourself and tell me about your guilty secret there.
Everybody, my name's AJ. I am a watch addict. My addiction has got so far that it's actually now changed my behaviours day to day. The most recent affliction I have is I walk through doors with my left arm behind my back. Not like I'm some kind of weird German leader. No. Because I don't want to scratch my watch on the door.
I would say we listen and we don't judge at that point.
We listen and we don't judge?
What I'll do, I can't be the
only one. I can't be the only one that does this.
I don't know. Put it out there. Drop it in the comments. Yeah. If you don't mind not being anonymous, go down to the comments. Are you an AJ? Yeah. Do you have these weird things that you do? Yeah. I can't say I've ever put my arm behind like this.
Not like
going through a doorway.
Not like right the way behind, but like I'll trail my arm behind.
Yeah, no, I have a watch guard. My sleeve.
Yeah. What happens when you're wearing a t-shirt though? You don't wear t-shirts.
I'm trying to think now. Maybe I do something and I'm just not aware of it. Maybe you are a higher level on the recovery than me because you can accept that you do it.
I've noticed my weird affliction.
And I've just not noticed it. I need someone else to call me out on it.
I fully love this watch. I did actually acquire it from a viewer named Steve, fellow watch addict,
who you previously named and shamed.
Yeah, he won't mind me naming and shaming him again. I fully love it. I'm very thankful I must say, Steve would let me buy it.
Steve does have very good taste, and
very good taste in friends.
Let's just talk a moment about that funny story alone. So, Watch Addict Steve, buys watches on impulse. He's part of the group.
Yes, he's in recovery too.
He's here. He's somewhere in the comments.
Yeah,
right. Steve's on a journey of recovery. Hopefully, he'll never recover like all of us. But in this support group, we must talk about Steve. He impulse buys. He gets an emotion that comes over him and drives him to buy there and then. But Steve has like a 9-inch wrist.
He's a giant of a man.
So
this was never going to fit him.
Yeah. I mean...
And I will say, Tudor are massively guilty of stupidly short straps.
Tudor do have the same issue as most brands. They issue a standard strap size, which kind of covers the majority of people.
No, you said this before and I disagreed with you before. They cover small people because Breitling and Tag don't do it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, we should be frustrated.
They're selling a 41mm watch that's clearly for larger men.
Yeah.
Just for the size of it.
So
why is the strap so small?
Viewer named Steve
decided
the solution to be he would buy a bigger strap.
Yes.
Which, if you go to an AD, they will sell you.
Yeah.
And Steve has one en route, but it was going to take 3 weeks. So in that time, viewer named Steve got so impatient and never wore the watch that he bought.
Still stickered.
That the strap still hasn't arrived for viewer named Steve.
Yeah.
And he sold the watch.
He sold the watch in that time.
So on the way from an AD, soon from Switzerland will be a large strap.
Yeah. That no one's going to... Yeah, I'll send it to Steve just so he's got the strap to remember it by.
Yeah. Well, we could probably frame it.
This was like a popular demand watch as well for Tudor. So obviously they had the black base ceramic, which is like the all black and it's got the black dial and stuff. And then they did the sponsorship with the Formula One team, and they made this watch originally just for the Formula One drive. So Dan Ricciardo had it, Yuki Tsunoda, and then whoever replaced Ricciardo. Did
Ricciardo ever get a race? Or?
A race?
Yeah.
No, he's not got a race anymore.
Ever.
But he probably got one of these. So
yeah.
There's photos of him wearing it. So they were wearing it at some of the press shoots, and because it was, it kind of stands out, jumps off the page so much, there was a big demand. People were saying, we actually want the watch that they're wearing. Can you release that? And then sure enough, out comes in July 24, out comes the Black Bay Ceramic Blue. But because it's one of their daring watches, one of their kind of boutique versions, it does come at a premium.
So they upped the price on this, or is it just the demand there's a wait list?
No, they upped the price on it. So its RRP's £4,500.
Oh.
Yeah. It's an expensive for a Tudor Black Bay. That's a very expensive Black Bay, isn't it? Without any precious metal or anything.
I think Tudor have like a top end of around about 5, and I don't know what will happen after 5, like what they'll have to do to break 5.
Isn't it?
But
has the new chronograph, has that broken the 5 mark yet? I don't think it has it? It's 4.9 maybe.
No,
because they update the bracelets, and they at Watches and Wonder.
Isn't there? The gold silver, isn't that around 7?
Gold, which one's that?
The
gold.
So like the reverse panda that you have.
Yeah.
Isn't the gold silver version of that?
Isn't
that
the bimetal.
7,000?
Yeah, I forgot that existed.
Yeah.
Because I've never been interested in it.
They already have something over 5.
Do you know anyone that was really obsessed with that watch? The bimetal chronograph?
No, it will be mine. Oh, yes. It will be mine.
Do you know anyone that was offered that watch for less than half of its RRP and didn't buy it?
I really don't want to talk about this.
Because they were trying to drive a deal, and then the person sold it for more to someone else.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone that happened to?
Yeah. That's my story. My name's Pete. I'm a watch addict.
And an idiot.
On one occasion, I was bidding on a watch and they came in with a very low price, half of retail.
Mm-hmm.
The watch was 1 year old.
Mm.
And I was like, I'm going to let them sweat. That is not good enough. And then someone else sent them an offer
for more,
£300 higher than what they had offered it to me for. And I obviously lost out.
And have you ever seen it since then anywhere near that price?
Never. Never. I should have bitten their hand off.
Is that the first time that something like that's happened to you?
I really don't want to talk about this. This is like awful watch moments that keep me awake at night.
Yeah.
And also drive me to impulse buy, because I've had bad experiences where there's been an amazing opportunity to acquire a watch and I've let it pass me.
I'm going to take a moment at the end of this video to just pop this on the table.
Oh.
Put this one on.
Yeah.
But it's a moment just to remember and to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Because that Breitling Chronomat,
yes,
was my first proper watch.
Your first big boy watch.
My first big boy watch. I had a TW Steel before that, so not really a big boy watch at all. That was my first proper watch 12 years ago now. And I sold it yesterday.
We will remember her.
And tomorrow, the courier picks it up and it disappears.
Look at it. This is a beautiful timepiece. And it served you well.
Yeah.
I remember many adventure with you and this one on your wrist.
I think there's loads of memories with that. I'm pretty sure we drove across Europe when I had that watch.
We did.
It came on, and I've still got it. It's got the bimetal bracelet.
Hopefully anyone that's looking at it going, oh, it's got gold and silver and oh, that's a bit old fashioned. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
it's old fashioned.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I like bimetal as well.
Good.
I also like straps.
Yeah.
I also like just silver.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe one day I'll go just gold. I don't know. But if I do, don't judge.
What is the hatred for bimetal? Where did that come from? It's a bit like the hatred for Hublot, isn't it?
It's strange.
I think it comes from like one video. Someone says bimetal's for old people, and then suddenly everyone jumps onto it. Because I look at that and I go, that's a really cool watch.
Do you know what?
It's very special.
I love about this watch still today is it's a 20-year-old timepiece.
Yeah, it's 2003.
Okay, so it's of that era where they were called the Chronomat.
Yeah.
And watches at that time, I have one of the same age. Absolutely timeless.
Yeah.
Still wear it today and think that is a beautiful watch. And I'd say that since this point, 20 years ago, that Breitling lost their way a little bit.
They really did.
And they've kind of come back around again now. They've also had a big uplift in price.
Yes, they've really spiked. But the past 6 months or so, I feel like they're starting to really find their way again, which is nice because Breitling were my first love with watches. And that was entirely inspired by you, but they were the watch brand that I loved the most. And I now really weirdly, find myself in a position where I will no longer have any Breitlings in my collection.
Yeah.
That I find a bit weird.
Yeah, so this is the second Breitling to go from your watch box.
Yeah.
And now there is no Breitlings.
No Breitlings. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just spend the money that I'm getting for it and buy another one.
Well, but it's remembered through this moment in time, and that's
why I wanted to take a minute just to
it's a beautiful thing. We've been chatting about the Tudor, which is new in
and very exciting
as this one goes out.
That old thing, the old girl can go now.
It's a beautiful watch, and the thing that I love about this watch, and I'll be sad to see it go, is there's many photos over the years of adventures we've had, and that's been on your wrist.
Yeah, memories. It's really nice, and that's what watches are great for. But I'm now happy, at least in this chapter of my watch collection, to be moving watches to and from my house.
You're doing really well with selling watches. I need to take a leaf out of your book when it comes to letting watches go, because I'm a bit of a hoarder when it comes to my watch box.
I think we're going off on a tangent now, but it doesn't matter. I think for me, what's really nice now is realizing that your taste in your collection and what you actually choose to put on your wrist does refine and change over time, and that not to be stuck to what that is now forever, and being willing to let things go to make space for other things.
Yeah.
Because no one has an infinite budget for watches, or even infinite numbers of days in which they can wear them. So you can only probably hold 20 or so watches at once anyway.
Yeah, true.
That you're going to wear. So move things on that don't fit you anymore.
As you talk about letting this watch go, AJ, it reminds me to say that always buy a good watch, because it will always get you home.
And if you buy a bad watch, let me know, because like viewer Steve, I'll probably buy it off you.
If you've got a watch story you want to share, drop it down in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, and then you'll find out about future videos that we upload. Welcome to the Watch Addicts group, and we hope to see you the same time next time. Maybe you can watch this one. Until then.